Okay, well, here's the first of the last two purchases I made. New Holland Hayliner 268. Really nice machine in my opinion. What I know about them, what I've read, what I've learned, what I looked at. Several new parts, had brand new tires on it. I'll tell you about that in a few minutes. New belt there, got a new chain on the inside. The knotters have some new parts, work good, seem to be tight, not wore. No major rust anywhere. The plunger's tight. This one's got the roller bearings versus the wood slides. I'm not sure if that PTO holder is factory or not, but I kind of like that. Keeps it up out of the way. Just still got it in transport mode, trying to do some lean-to Tetris here, but picked this up pretty cheap, guys, compared to the ones I had looked at around the same price range that were junk. Been sitting out, you know, hay still left in them, rotted the chutes out and the chambers and everything else. So I was tickled to death. He just bailed several hundred bales with it. You know, has your typical issues every once in a while getting the knotters tweaked in. I'm sure I've got a lot to learn on that. I've got a book reading up. I've bailed with them before years and years and years ago, but as far as setting them up or anything else, no, this is all new. So I'll tell you a little bit of a story here in a minute if I don't get too long-winded on this, on how the baler situation went when I went to get it. Let me show you the second one real quick. There's the second new purchase. Don't everybody laugh at once. I know, I've read the reviews, I know. Just keep your comments and your laughter. Be nice with it, we'll put it that way. This is a Citrix Haymaker 300 rake tedder combo. I think this is something from across the pond. Picked it up really cheap. Dire need of some attention on the teeth. A lot of good oiling and greasing. I found a wholesale on getting the teeth pretty cheap and get parts for them. I've got to do some work on the I don't know what you want to call that, wind rowers here on the back. But you know, you fold those out when you want to TED, and then when you want to rake, you can fold them in and adjust them to put your windrow however you want it. I'm sure it's going to leave a lot of hay in my rough ground until I do something with it, just because of the concept of the machine itself and my lack of experience. But pennies on the dollar, pennies on the dollar. That's the key in this operation. Looked at bar rakes. If you get a decent bar rake that isn't war slap out around my area, you're looking at, you know, $1,800, $2,000. I don't have that much in anything I've got in this hay equipment, so I couldn't justify it right now. This will put some stuff in a windrow, let the old 268 here eat it, hopefully. You know, we'll just make do with what we've got for right now. Still got my eyes open for a good bar rake, but we shall see. So got the baler hooked to the 165 and this hooked to the 250. Big deciding point is that lack of top there versus top there. So just depends on what Dad wants to do, how he wants to help when we get started. 1086 is back there. I've debated I possibly might cut with it just because I can get a better field of view, if you will. The remotes are already there. I don't know, I definitely will the round baler just to save him having to unhook all this, but these two might be the main haymaking machines, so we shall see. Let me get situated here. Try to do a little bit of lean-to Tetris, try to see if we can get some of this stuff in there and how cram-packed we can get it. And if that works out, I'll bring you guys back, talk about a little story there on the baler situation. We'll probably just wrap this one up. Okay, well, we got everything under the shelter. A little tight fit. I had to move the tongue out of transport on the baler so the loader would squeeze in there. That's kind of a pain getting that backed in that kind of position. But the 250's under there. Of course, the rake tedder combo's sitting out, but I've got a plan for that. I'll show you in a minute, hopefully, fingers crossed. This spot will be for the 1086. It's hooked to the bush hog right now. I'll tell you about that in a second. The cub we're going to put down beside the shop where the Oliver and the old International set, and the cub and the 165 will be down there at Dad's. So trying to get it where I don't have to move so much around to get something out. Of course, during hay season we'll do something with the baler, and that little surprise I'm gonna show you I think will make more sense. But get a rubberized tarp, throw over the baler, keep the rain from blowing in on it, on the back around the knotters or whatever. The 250 is down low enough, that part of it. Thought about enclosing that back side, but I may eventually once we get some other stuff situated. But the reason the 1086 is sitting out, sorry, didn't mean to spin you around so fast. This gate entrance here is only like 12 and a half, 13 feet wide, so I can't get the bush hog, the 14-foot gyro mower through here hooked to the big tractor. So me and Dad, hopefully tomorrow, today's Friday, that we're going to work on some fence work there and reset a pole and swap some gates around and make this the usable lane again so I can get in and out of the bottom, because over there by the chicken coop it's pretty steep where I cut all that dirt out, so I need to be able to go down the lane here, as my grandpa called it, to get in and out of the bottom and Jack's field there. So let me show you this little surprise and we'll wrap this one up. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but that hole there in the timber, massive yellow jacket's nest was in there about 2 or 3 weeks ago now. I finally got them. Got up here late at night, got them all. They had a hole there, and back there towards the bottom of the farm office floor there was another hole in the timber, so that was a pretty big nest. But honestly guys, this is what I've had the most trouble with this year, is yellow jackets last year. Watch there at the end of this gate. Yeah. The paper nest wasps, they have been unreal around here this year, just like the yellow jackets were last year. There's Jack. My phone went off and Jack walked up. He's mad. He's been locked out of the field over here while I've been putting stuff in the lean-to. All right, here's a little surprise. 18 by 21 metal frame carport. Belongs to a friend of mine. I think he bought it at an auction. I'm hoping he's not ready for it anytime soon at his place, and told him we could put it here, and instead of just tying up an area or having to mow around it, I'm hoping that maybe he'll let me put it up for right now. He's still mad. Yeah, he's mad, so he's just gonna go back in the stable. Anyway, hopefully let me put it up and use it. So it'll be they're 21 feet wide, I believe, and 18 feet deep. That's not very high, but that'd be a perfect place for the drill and the baler for right now, and the hay rake combo, because it won't be high enough to get any tractors in, but then I won't be tying up any space with that equipment in the lean-to down here. We can keep it all tractors in the loader like it was made for. So fingers crossed on that. He may take it back to his house, that's fine if he does, but if not, instead of letting it rust and get a bunch of ants and stuff in it, we'll see if we can put that up maybe. It'd be nice. Okay everybody, we're gonna wrap this one up and call it a video. First thing I want to do is apologize for the attire. I know that it's very out of character to see me in shorts and a sleeveless shirt. I don't think you've ever seen that on the channel other than maybe on vacation. I just can't stand the heat anymore. All that I had going on, you know, a month or so ago, one of the lasting side effects seems to be profuse sweating, and it's just unreal. I mean, 5 minutes of standing outside in this heat, and I'm toasted. I don't have all my energy back yet, so we're trying something different. Worked out great today. Beneficial for me. Kind of stinks for you guys to have to look at what you have to look at, but it is what it is, so bear with me. Wintertime will be here soon. Other quick note, I told you I'd tell you about the baler. I ended up going way down east of the state to look at actually a John Deere 336 baler. Pretty good price on it. It was a lot more money than I had spent on any kind of farm equipment around here. Prayed about it, you know, things worked out to be able to do that. Went and looked at it. It was a lot worse for wear than what it seemed to be in the pictures and what I was told, and for whatever reason, that's all I'm gonna say, it didn't get hooked to a tractor, and I'm not buying a baler without seeing it operate. So I just passed on it, just didn't get a good vibe on it. So had another one, talked to the guy that I got this one from a month or so ahead of time. It was so far as the mountains of North Carolina, so from where I was, it was about 175, 180 miles one way there. So we headed off up there, and ironically, I bought that baler in basically Boone, North Carolina, and it was probably within 20 miles of where I bought the rusty service truck and drove it home, the one that all the drivetrain came out from under this truck. So I thought that was pretty cool to make the trip back up there, you know, the drivetrain parts of it, motor, transmission, everything. But on that subject, service truck's doing great. We probably got 3,500 miles on it, pulling equipment up and down the road. I still don't have the gooseneck situation figured out yet because my axles aren't under the trailer. That's another video. But service truck's doing good, so I thought that was pretty ironic. Had to climb the mountain, come back down. Baylor did good. The selling point to me was the price, of course, and then the brand new tires, because that was, I think it's around 100 miles, give or take, back to the farm here. Like I said, I was way down the other way. But anyway, that's another story for another day. Wanted to tell you that tidbit on that. Hate I couldn't have wound up with the 336, you know, kind of like Ford Chevrolet, but I do like the feeder system on the John Deere's versus the New Hollands, but we'll see what happens. Gonna try to cut a little bit and bale a little bit of hay this year, not anything extensive. I mean, we're probably talking about, you know, maybe 20-30 bales. I did save Jack's pasture, try to let it grow. The weeds really took over this year where I didn't get to mow it, you know, in the beginning of the season because of the bush hog. So that was, it's not going to be the best stuff in the world. I think Jack will eat it, but basically just give me a feel for it if I can get the rake situated or whatever. If that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, but we're going to try now that we've got everything here. And I'm not sure about the tillage work. That's probably going to be put off until next fall. I may just go ahead and spend the money on some chemicals and fertilizing lime and stuff next year, and maybe overseed some of this I've got with a no-till, just to get some more good stuff going. Cut it easy, bale it easy, being as rough as it is with the debris, and then just get everything situated for next year. The plow is going to be ready before long, and I'm definitely going to plow up the front field out there, that knoll that I've always worked, and, you know, work it back down. I can mow around that, but anyway, like I said, another story. Thank y'all for being here. Seemed like I babbled too much in this video already. I really appreciate that if you're still here. Thank you to all the new subscribers that's come over. Thank you guys that's been here with me from the beginning. We're getting there. I never would have dreamed that I would be this close to some kind of crop or harvest off of this land. It's not necessarily what I started out for, but I think Grandpa's smiling down from up above, and that's what it's all about for me. So, till next time, thank you.